everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Dawson's Creek, Season 1, Episode 3, Kiss.
Are all these episodes just one words?
Not...
Am I okay?
Not all of them. I guess Season 1 looks like mostly. There's a couple two words, but that I don't think that continues.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Okay, so, goodness. Where do we want to start?
I have no idea.
The movie, Dawson's helping make the movie. Nellie is
being Nellie.
She's being Nellie. She's being kind of a bitch to him, but she is right. He has not paid his dues.
Mm-hmm.
So that part, I'm on her team. But it's like, he does know how to fix the issue that they're having, which is that they can't do a tracking shot because the guy is running backwards with a steady cam or with a handheld cam, and you can't really do that.
Yeah.
And Dawson obviously knows the fix. So they end up making it work. Jen is in the movie as like a cheerleader because Cliff like gave her a part, but then she's like, I only took it because I knew you'd be here, which like Dawson doesn't need any more ego stroking at this point.
Just don't want it.
Yeah.
No one should have to deal with him.
So many people do.
Ugh.
Yeah. Joey's thing is mostly contained where she meets a young baby Ian Bowen.
Such a baby!
Named Anderson Crawford, who is yachting in Cape Side with his parents who are antiquing looking for a chair that Paul Revere sat in. Some antiques are cool, but I don't care about like the person who touched them. I just want to know if they look neat.
Yeah.
That's what I care about antiques for. If they look cool.
Yeah, if it looks beautiful and someone goes, oh, I love your beautiful chair, then you could be like, oh, thank you. Paul Revere sat in it one time. So funny.
I would prefer to not know if Paul Revere sat in it.
Oh, see, I like weird quirks like that, but I'm also not going to be like, I would rather buy like his desk, something that he like he actively used, but like if he just like showed up for a tea party one time and his ass sat in that chair,
no,
I don't care.
Because the way he even phrases it is like, my parents are searching for this chair that Paul Revere parked in one time, and I was like, so...
Yeah.
It's not even
enough.
like his chair.
No, it's not enough.
Ridiculous. So, she lies about going to Choate and like being a trust fund girly as well, and he believes her until she makes the mistake with the restaurant, but then he lets her get away with it.
Yeah.
Joey, to me, is kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy where she's like, I'm not good enough for these people, so I'm going to try to, like, trick them, which she doesn't keep doing it. It's not like a sickness that she has where she, like, keeps tricking rich boys or anything. But it's like, if you just admit you're a townie, worst case scenario is he's going to, like, slum it with you for an afternoon. He already did that. He already slummed it with you for an afternoon. He just didn't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Like... Also, she's very, like, we haven't fully established it yet. She's very smart. She's, like, top of the class.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Joey is a very smart, poor girl.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's, like, she can still keep up with his conversations.
Yeah.
That's not, like, we're not worried about that. It's just the, like, social aspect of the stuff that she's not fully.
Mm-hmm.
But even that, it's, like, but so she just always, through almost the whole series, has this chip on her shoulder about how she's, like, not as good as the people around her. It doesn't it's not constant, like, it doesn't come up, like, every episode or anything, but it is, like, it's consistent.
Well, is there any point that she, like, gets over that?
Kind of, especially once they're in college.
Okay.
She, like, feels kind of okay about it, but she is also, I'm pretty sure she has to take out either scholarships, she gets scholarships or she has to take out loans, so she's still not even, like, she still feels, like, kind of lesser. So it's, like, it's not, like, amazing, but it's also, it settles a decent amount. Busy Phillips is her roommate.
Okay.
I mentioned in our watch along, that's how Michelle Williams met Busy Phillips, and they've been friends literally ever since, like besties. So yeah, that's the Joey story. She throws his number, he gives her his number, and she throws his number away. Because, I mean, like, what the logistics of that are insane. To try to keep up the charade.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I think he, like, he figured it out, I think, at the restaurant. When.
You think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because Bessie being full on like Joey, and it's not a huge restaurant, and he's within the eye line.
Yeah.
And, you know, Dawson blowing up her fucking spot.
Can we agree that Jen and Bodhi are ride or die?
Oh, yeah. for
a shenanigan.
My favorite people.
So we did get new Bodhi also, and he is the Bodhi that maintains
I like his energy. Yeah. He brings a good energy.
The other guy didn't have bad energy. He just like was only in it for like a second.
Yeah. I do remember the little like glimpses of this show that I got when it was on. I didn't really like Jen.
You're not supposed to.
Okay.
Like, because I think even though I said it, I was like, the season 1 thinks that this show is about Dawson, and it's not. But it's like, even already, you're like on Joey's side, kind of, in the whole thing, where you're like, why should she be thrown over for something she hasn't even vocalized she wanted because this hot piece moved in next door?
I don't know. Like, I've liked Jen the whole time.
But yes, but I think like when we were younger, we were not supposed to because she's like the slutty New York girl that moved in next door.
I guess.
But it's like Jen is like top tier character on this show.
Well, and because you had mentioned that like in the second season, she goes kind of rogue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a lot.
So I wonder if I was just seeing that stuff and I like wasn't seeing this.
Did she have a really terrible haircut?
I don't remember, to be quite honest. When I saw what happened in the final episode of the series, I was like, man, no love lost there. Like, because I didn't like her. But she's great. I'm just like, why does she have to hang out with all these fucking yahoos? Because she is way better than all of them.
Well, she could, if she hadn't gotten immediately entrenched with Dawson, she could have had such a normal, awesome high school experience dating Cliff.
Yeah.
And like, being the popular girl, like, it's ridiculous.
Scott Foley is hotter than James Van Der Beek.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Those eyeballs. Even though I did not like him in Felicity.
Well, no, Noel is a whole different animal.
Yeah, Noel is terrible.
So like there is a hierarchy where it's like Cliff beats Dawson. But Noel can't touch what was his name? Scott Speedman's character.
Oh.
Ben.
Yeah.
Noel can't touch Ben.
No.
So, but then by the transitive properties, Dawson is like underground while Ben is in the clouds.
Noel and Dawson are the same person.
I mean, sort of, but Noel is better than Dawson.
Is he?
Yes. Noel is better than Dawson. I won't let you have it. I'm not letting you have this.
Okay, so
if we're ranking the 4 dudes, the like 4 main dudes from these 2 shows, it goes Dawson, Noel, Ben, Pacey. For me. We haven't gotten to that.
I don't have enough.
We haven't gotten to that Pacey yet, but that's where it is for me.
Okay.
Because I told you, I said while we were watching this episode, I was like, I have such a fictional man type. And it is, I mean, it's, Dylan from 90210, and it's Michael from the OG Roswell, and it's Pacey from this, and it's, who else was I going to say? Spike from Buffy. It's always that guy. It's this guy. It's that guy.
Well, for me, it used to be these fucking horrible, horrible dudes that like you're supposed to like them.
Like Riley.
Then, yes. Yeah. But that was all of my like misogyny, like inner misogyny that I was having to fucking work through because of the environment that I was brought up in. And so now I'm very like aversion to that type.
Yeah. It's also why I had such a hard time like not jumping on the like Betty and Jughead bandwagon for Riverdale, because I was like, but that's the guy I like. That's the archetype I'm supposed to like. And I was just like, there was something about Jughead that I was like, Cole Sprouse feels too cool for school with this role. And so it was like very troubling to me because I was like, I don't know who to pick.
Yeah. So, because like I'm not fully there with Spike. I'm learning. Yeah. Like, especially now, because like when you turn it on, I'm watching it with a much different eye. Yeah. And so now I'm kind of like, oh, but I mean, that's like in a freaking ACOTAR. Yeah. And with like Reese, and I'm just like, oh no, that guy, that one, that I like that.
See, though, for me in ACOTAR, Cassian is Spike. It's like Feyre is season 2 Buffy, and she hasn't moved past the Angel. Reese is Angel to me.
Really?
Not so bad. Not so bad as that. But it's like the tragic, like, I'll die if you leave me kind of shit. And I'm like, gross. Like, you're doing too much.
That's your Scorpio Venus. I am a Libra Venus. So I like that.
No, it's not healthy.
That coupled with my Capricorn Mars when he was on his knees in front of her, I was
like that part's hot. Like, that part's fine.
I have to go.
You're gonna have to excuse me.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's like every single teen show. Like, I could keep going because it's Logan from Veronica Mars and it's Damon from the Vampire Diaries. Like, that is like, I don't want the first guy.
See, and I like Stefan, and then when Damon was the thing, I was like, I mean, I guess. But then
he's so much hotter. I'm sorry, Andrea, if you're watching this.
But
he's so much hotter.
I was a Stefan girly, but
maybe we should do the Vampire Diaries at some point.
Maybe,
yeah.
But then I also kind of like grew out of that because I was just like, you're not changing. Like there's a stasis with you as a human person that I'm not attracted to anymore.
With which?
Stefan.
Okay, yes.
And then Damon, when Damon exhibited growth, and I was like, oh, I like this better
because. That's the thing. And Jordan Catalano, who I also mentioned in this one, because we talked about how Pacey is failing all of his classes, but he's not stupid. He's just not applying himself. And then I had to be like, I'm not saying Jordan Catalano is stupid. He was dyslexic. That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But that's the thing where it's like, when you start at a like character-based disadvantage, when you are like kind of a dirtbag, or you know, you're like the bad brother or whatever. Or you're, you know, like Michael from the OG Roswell is poor and he lives in a trailer and he's got a foster dad because the Evans only found Max and Izzy and he was just alone. And so he got like the shit end of the stick. But then all he needs is Maria to like take him in through her window when it's raining and he's crying because his foster dad hit him in the face. And it's just like, woo! You all can only go up character-wise from there. Like,
I wonder if it's because I'm not attracted to those characters at the start is because I'm like, oh, there's too much work I have to do.
But they do a lot of it themselves. They just need the one person to be like, I see who you truly are. Like, I don't know. I dig it. And again, I very specifically said fictional because I have never been with a man like that in real life.
And all the men I've ever picked have been fucking projects from A to fucking Z.
See, so. IRL, you need to pick the Stefan. You need to pick the boring one.
Yeah, I do. I really, really do. My therapist was very worried about that. She was like, no. Yeah. You need to maybe figure that out. That's why I like Reese because he's got like his shit together, but like internally, it's just like he's like tormented, but he just he just does the thing that needs to be done. And then he just, I don't know.
It's fair. It's fair. I am, the more that you talk about it, the more I'm like, evil Reese supremacy.
No, that would be hot though. That would be hot. No, I still think that he is one of the princes of hell.
We'll see.
Yeah. I don't want evil. No, because it's going to undo all the work that he did to help Feyre heal her trauma. It would just be it would completely retcon all of that stuff.
We'll see. We don't know.
Because if he's doing it to like turn her into a weapon, boring. Because then it's going to just give her PTSD. Because then it's like, why did you do this to me? You helped me to turn me into something that I don't want to be.
Yeah. Weird.
I want him to be gray, and I think he will always be gray.
Also, what are they going to do with that baby?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about the baby.
Yeah.
Fucking Nyx.
Fucking baby. Oh, I forgot they named it that. That's horrible. Okay, let's move on. Let's move back into the episode. Okay. So, like I said, Pacey is doing badly in school. He got a 23 on some English assignment. He didn't read Ethan Frome. I've never read Ethan Frome. That seems like a heavy assignment for sophomore year English.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was reading sophomore year English.
Animal Farm.
I think I read that in like 8th grade.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, we read Animal Farm.
Crazy.
Yep. And then Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah.
I read that year. That was the year that I had Miss Withers. That was the pop culture teacher that I really liked. That I didn't have to do work on Wednesdays because we would just talk about Buffy.
Oh, Buffy. Yeah. Amazing. So basically he's still trying to touch her and stuff. like, in the school day, and she's like, are you out of your senses? And so she's like, I have a teacher meeting after school, but if you come after that, well, I'll quiz you. And so she seemingly makes him read that entire book right there, which it's not very long. It's like
this big.
Yeah, but he does, and then she quizzes him, and he seems to do a pretty good job. So it's like, I think Pacey might have ADD or something.
Yeah, probably. He's too smart.
He might be too smart.
So he's bored.
He does not end up going to college, but he is very smart.
That was like all of the kids that went to the Catholic school in our county, and then they went to public school, and then they were like, we fucking did this already. And so a lot of those kids ended up being like...
Those nuns rip us through the curriculum.
Yeah, and so a lot of them ended up like just being C students and like got into drugs and stuff, and it's because they weren't stimulated enough because they had already done all the work.
Yikes.
Yeah, and then like even if they were in AP, it was just kind of like, I mean, AP in a public school system in a small town in Southern Maryland. Sure.
Crazy. So they decide to... She just keeps doing the same thing. I remember being very frustrated with this when Will and I watched it too, because I was like, you keep on saying we can't do this and it's wrong, but then you just keep giving in.
Right.
Like, how is this 15-year-old debate clubbing you out of your principles?
And acting like he has power over you.
Yeah.
And he does.
Technically he does. He could, like, if he got mad enough, he could be like, she kissed me.
He threatened that when she was, like, talking to the film class guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, disgusting! Because, gross. Like, you can't do that. It's either you know...
Well, it's like you're grown up enough to enter in this relationship, or you're childish enough to be threatening me with telling on us for this thing that we both know is wrong.
Yeah.
So regardless, they end up leaving together or going to the ruins together after this and totally boning in these ruins that we keep talking about.
She cannot have had a good time. He's a virgin. He has likely never touched a vagina before. Yeah. He doesn't know how any of it works. He definitely doesn't know where the clit is. I doubt that he knows that there are 2 holes.
So... He's the one that was reading Cosmo of his own volition.
Oh, that's true. So he definitely knows.
And given what we come to find out about Pacey as a person and a lover moving forward, he for sure knows where the clit is.
Okay.
He's good at sex. Pacey's good. Not this time. I'm not arguing that he was like, but I feel like she was probably teaching him at the same time. Which is gross. But I'm just saying. Pacey is good at sex moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he ever be like, I attribute it to my teacher that I had sex with?
No! No.
Okay.
The answer is no. The answer is no.
Okay.
You were so mad. No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure the answer to that question is no. I don't think he ever says that.
Oh, good. Okay.
It does come out sort of.
Okay.
The sex tape comes out. Sort of. But you can't see Pacey's face.
Right.
So, it's like a whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of like what's coming in like the next couple episodes. And it's part of why she has to leave.
Okay.
Or why she ends up leaving. Gross. I'm sorry. I did not mean to imply that, yes, he's like, it's because my older teacher fucked me. My teacher that was 20 years older than me. No, I don't think those words ever leave his mouth. Goodness. That really took the wind out of my sails.
I know my face got really red.
I no, in the name of the Lord. Let's see. I guess that's just Dawson and Jen left, which is like he is trying to orchestrate this stupid, insanely romantic first kiss that's like from here to eternity.
Oh, I made a mental note to bring this up. So I have done things that like I saw on TV to like do in real life. Like when I was little with our first nanny, we
put a frog on her chair.
No, I did not do that. But so like I was upset about something and I literally did the Full House thing where I was like, get out of my life. And I like turned around dramatically and I ran into the living room and flung myself on the couch and immediately felt embarrassed because I was like, this was so stupid.
Did you plan that though? Or did it happen in the heat of the moment?
It happened in the heat of the moment, but I was like, I want to do this sometime because I saw it and then I wanted to like, this is in real life, I wanted to try it. And so she came and to like see if I was okay. And I was like, I am so sorry, Monica. I don't know why I did that.
Like, I don't know what came over me.
Yeah. And then like when I dated my ex-fiance, he was military. And so part of the appeal, I was like, ooh, the Dear John part of it. Like, you know, when he's deployed, it'll be like kind of romantic and we can do all of this stuff. And so then like I actually went through that and it was not that.
Yeah.
And then, but so I like can understand on one hand taking movies or like the stories and
well,
then like,
as inspiration,
right? But then it's like when he was like, you create the magic and like believe in the magic, and it's like you sure, but also like when you're in the real moment, and then take the lesson of like, oh no, this is real life, it's not the movie.
Yeah. So there are many things in that scene that he has with Joey that are like an ick for me, which like, okay, this is excellent because I've never really been able to express something that's actually an ick to me. And one thing is when people say my name to me.
Okay.
When they look at me and they're like, Kristen, and then like they keep talking and I'm like, gross. Like, I'll kill you. I will kill you dead. Like, don't, and because it always sounds condescending to me.
Okay.
If you are like, hey, Kristen, blah, 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 then whatever. But it's like this condescending, like, Kristen, comma. And I'm like, gross. And so when Joey is like, you know, she's bored and he's gay and like about From Here to Eternity. And like, it's just all the end of, it's like, they've shot this 15 times already. Ridiculous. And he's like, oh, Joey, you sad, bitter, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'll fucking slit your throat. I hate you. I like, it's just the most condescending and it's horrible. And so it's on the one hand, him like trying to orchestrate this totally insane moment of romance that, but it's like, he's not like, if I get the chance to kiss her, I'll do it. He's like, I'm going to get the chance. I'm going to orchestrate the chance to kiss her and then I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make sure that it's just like From Here to Eternity. And it's like, ugh.
And yeah, and there have been times where I have orchestrated a romantic thing that I wanted to happen. My high school boyfriend, for Valentine's Day, I had this really romantic idea, and so I told his best friend, and so the boyfriend followed it to a T, and I was like, I felt hollow inside because I was like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
Because I had to make him do that. And it's like, he's not that like rush of whatever, the love and support and enthusiasm and all of that. You can't control that.
Yeah.
Like you can't make that happen. So it's like, so now I'm just sitting here with egg on my face. And I'm like, well, that was a really cool idea.
You're like, I asked for it.
I did. But it's like, I still feel bad. Like it's just not. So, and that's, I'm desperate for him to learn the lesson.
Oh no,
and
he's
never going to.
Never, ever, ever.
And it's so gross because it's like when you, like Jen had to have felt, before she realized that the camera was still rolling, she had to have felt like this feels very on purpose.
Yeah. Because something we still have not come to find out about Jen is she is way more experienced than we think she is. So it's like she has a radar for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like she's not stupid. She knows what's happening. And she like, I don't think she's already said it, but she definitely, I'm pretty sure she says it in season 1 that he has her on a pedestal. Like he saw her.
She said that you have me on this pedestal and so like I'm scared that I won't deliver
that
the
it won't
kiss.
be good enough.
Yeah.
It's like he saw her get out of that cab in the house next door and he was like, that's it for me. That's the movie version of my life. I belong with that girl next door who came in with a troubled past out of nowhere just in time. And it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like if it happens organically, then whatever. But like, please, you're killing me. It's ridiculous.
And I think that's a lot of people have that experience where it was like, here's what I've seen in the movies. So clearly I know what to do. And it's like, no, you really fucking don't. You have no idea.
It's not the same at all.
It's not the same.
And it's the thing that we talk about pretty consistently with all of the things that we watch, where it's like, you shouldn't want to be in love like a movie.
Yeah.
Because it's not right.
No.
Like, the chemicals in your brain are not right when you're in love like a movie.
No.
It's not good.
And I've had love like in a movie, and it is I'm not with that person anymore.
Same.
And it's just not. Yeah, it's bad. It's because it's the whole thing that we talk about. Like, the feelings of butterflies is actually bad. Like, it's your body telling you you are not in a safe situation. Get out of there.
And like, again, it's cool. Like, if you're at the beginning of a relationship, it's fine. But if you're having that, like, if you're over a year in and you're still having like aggressive butterflies every time you see that person, you need to reevaluate what's going on, because you shouldn't be nervous every time that you see a person you're in a long-term relationship with.
Yep.
Like, those butterflies have to dissipate at some point. And then you're left with weird old dog love. And that's what you want. Like,
weird old dog love. Oh, I can't wait for weird old dog love. That's so great.
That's what Jess says that on New Girl. She's like, this is not puppy love. It's weird old dog love. Yeah. And it's like, that's what you want. You can't be giddy about it forever.
Yeah. And if you are, then you're faking it. It's not real. Yeah. Like, there is something off. Like, it's not.
Like, I love my husband so much, but I don't get butterflies when he walks in a room. We've been together for like 15 years.
No, it should be a feeling of like warmth.
Yes.
And be like, that's my dude. That's my guy. Like,
he's like soup.
It's my bud.
It's like nice hot soup. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait to have that.
It's dope.
Yeah. It looks like it.
Yeah.
So I cannot wait for that.
I think that's mostly actually it with this episode. Obviously, like we said, Pacey and Tamara end up at the ruins. Well, Dawson and Jen are still there. They're also not supposed to be there. It's like off limits.
Yeah, the son's an asshole. Yeah. I guess.
So they end up like moving the camera to kind of hide it or whatever, but it's still recording because Dawson still didn't shut it off. And so they catch basically Tamara making out with someone, and then we see them like in the afterglow. Yeah. Maybe she got herself there. You know,
she would have had to. Yeah. Gross.
Maybe the dick is just that good.
15-year-old wiener?
There's no way. There's no way.
He barely has hair down there.
She like again, Joshua Jackson was 20. Or 19, I guess. Regardless, she was really mean to him in the classroom, I think, when she was like, let's do it right here. And she was like trying to make a point, but I think she was going about it in a really mean way. And she was like, what is it, your first time? And he just was like, you know it is. Like, and
then she felt bad. And I'm like, then stop trying to maybe fuck this 15-year-old.
Well, I agree, but also, like, she did kind of shame him in that moment for being a virgin at 15. Like, of course it's his first time.
I don't, like, I can't. I hate all of it.
The whole thing is bad,
I hate all of it.
I just, like, I'm on his side because he is the one being predated. Like, he is the legal prey in this situation.
Yes, but he also was the aggressor.
He is being sexually aggressive with this adult woman for sure. I'm not taking blame completely off of him, but she is the legal.
She is the wronger one.
The legal and brain development wise adult, and she is making worse decisions than him. He is just following his dick through life, as most 15-year-old boys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
No,
it makes my stomach hurt.
It's not great. It doesn't go on for too much longer. Although there's some really dicey stuff with Pacey's brother that kind of gets wrapped in.
Cool. Can't wait. Have my emotional support American Girl doll.
Yeah, Felicity's right over there.
Yep.
She'll be in.
Yep.
So yeah. That is it for us today. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you think. And we will be back with episode 4 shortly. Woo! Bye!
Bye!